good morning today. இந்த அன்பான காலை பொழுதினில் எங்கள் அனைவரின் மீதும் எங்கள் அனைவருக்கும் பொதுவான கடவுளினுடைய அருட்கடாட்சம் உண்டாவதாக என்ற பிரார்த்தனைகளோடு என்னுடைய இந்த மிகச்சிறிய உரையினை நிகழ்த்தலாம் என்று நினைக்கிறேன். The basic idea of my talk is Muslim contribution to the independence of Sri Lanka. First of all, greetings and heartfelt respect to our beloved motherland as we celebrate the 76th National Independence Day today. I extend my sincere gratitude to Mr. Dilit Jayavira, leader of the Maubima Janata Party, Dr. Hemakumara Nanayakara, senior leader of the party, secretary of the party, and High Command members, esteemed dignitaries, distinguished guests, and fellow citizens. To all, Aibowan, Wanakam, and Assalamu Alaikum. I would like to appreciate my, expression to Mr. Sadiq Amin and MCM Nawaz, senior lawyers, for inviting me to this auspicious occasion. Now we are celebrating our 76th Independence Day anniversary. In the post-World War II era, numerous colonized countries gained independence from their colonial master, from the colonialism and imperialism in the World War II era. When we talk about Sri Lanka, we are living with its diverse and multicultural society, comprising multiple religions, ethnics and languages, stands united with a rich culture heritage. Independence Day serves as a reminder that despite our diverse culture, languages and traditions, we are all united as one nation today. Our unity is our strength. That is very important aspect of almost all Sri Lankan lives. On February 4th, day like this, on February 4th of 1948, the then British Prime Minister Adley announced that Sri Lanka, alongside Canada, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, India, and Pakistan, had achieved complete independence and self-governance. That is the announcement we gained from former Prime Minister of United Kingdom, that we gain our independence on that day. Furthermore, in the same statement, Henry Moore, who was Governor General of Sri Lanka during that day, stated, regardless of caste, religion, or other differences, Independence Day should be celebrated for the common good of the ordinary citizens. That is very important. This independence, particularly for almost all Sri Lankan, but all, the ordinary people and citizens of Sri Lanka should enjoy this independence. That is what he announced in that same statement. And he said, this celebration should surpass the divisions with the country. Then our former and first Prime Minister of Ceylon, D.S. Senanayaka, echoed in the same statement that freedom is for the benefit of ordinary citizens. Again, our leader also said, you see, freedom is for the benefit of ordinary citizens. This sentiment summarizes the essence of Independence Day that we should realize today. However, the critical question remains, is this happening in our country? Are we enjoying it? While we celebrate the 76th Independence Day, we still grapple with issues of caste, language, religion, and regional differences. There is a crucial question that how can we truly experience freedom? Those are our basic issues that we are experiencing today. At the same time, some other aspect we need to discuss in this August forum in front of these very important people who are gathering today. There is a community, the Muslim community, that I must express in front of you as a political science professor representing Muslim community, that we are also part of this independence and the development of this country. We are not apart from this independence, and we are not apart from you people. And we do respect our majority community in this country. That is, we should do. We are the minorities. We should respect you, and we should get benefit from you with the support of your leaders. That is what we always thinking about it. Muslims have been integral to the celebration of Independence Day and actively participated in shaping the history of our nation's freedom. Particularly in 1921, when Baran Jayatilaka, one of the leaders of Ceylon National Congress, faced criticism and opposition regarding the provision of self-government for Ceylon. During that time, the Muslim leaders such as T.B. Jaya and Barrister Card played a crucial role in advocating for the social and national rights of the nation. So Muslims started to contribute for the independence of our nation. After a while, before the Donamur Commission, responsible for constitutional reforms, figures like Abdul Rahman, Dr. M.H.M. Abdul Qadir, Makan Maka, and T.B. Jaya actively worked towards social rights and national rights. However, Donamur Constitution introduced simple, the representative system. Muslim felt that time it might affect us, even though this Donamur Constitution provide kind of the, legislative right in the hand of Sri Lankan. So that is why these Muslim leaders supported. One of the Muslim leaders that period, T.B. Jaya, who represented of Muslim community and went to England and presented significant memorandum at the Ceylon Students' Union. He emphasized that Muslims were not provided proper rights in the Donamur Constitution. However, he expressed, I came here to convey that the Donamur Constitution did not pave the way forward for the independence of Ceylon. That is, he expressed in that time. So what he tried to emphasize, that is, he said, it not satisfied with the Muslims. At the same time, this particular constitution in 1931, which were introduced with the support of United Kingdom, that has not provided an opportunity or way forward for the independence of Ceylon. The next constitutional reform, and we met the Salisbury Commission. Before the Salisbury Commission, it is crucial to note that Muslims such as Makan Makar, D.B. Jaya, and A.R.A. Rosik emphasize the importance of the state independence. So this is the way Muslims of Sri Lanka contributed for united Sri Lanka to get the independence. And one important thing that we are studying that, in the eastern part of the Sri Lanka. I am representing eastern part of the Sri Lanka. During the period of 1804, that time British, expand its rule over the country. They declared in the eastern province the some Muslim leaders which were always support for Sri Lanka. His name on Segut from Topur, Pir Muhammad, he is also a religious personality. Kalahampatti Udayar, another person for the in charge for the division. Those are from Trincomalee district. And other four from Matakelapu and Ampara district, Betiklo and Ampara district. One, Mira Hussein Abu Bakr, Uzain Lebbe, Abu Bakr Isa, Anis Lebbe, Muhamdiram. They all were from the eastern part of the country. The British, rulers declared that these all 7 members should, surrender in front of the army of the United Kingdom. If they not surrender, their property and all will capture by British rulers. Thereafter, they all 7 Muslims surrendered in front of British rulers. Finally, they, died with the death penalty. So this is the thing and the idea. We have some kind of evidence for it, but we couldn't in our country not yet declared these 7 people, as a national hero. That's works are in progressing to make declaration of these 7 national heroes who, worked hard for the independence of Sri Lanka. In that way, what I am trying to tell to these participants and the nation of Sri Lanka, we are the Sri Lankan people. We have the multi-ethnic, multilingual on a different and the diverse aspects. But what we did in the historically, we nicely developed our multiculturalism. This theory and idea, in the Western-oriented idea, nicely developed today in the world. You see, what we experience in our history, our leaders together, Sinhalese, Tamils, Muslims, Even Christians, they all together and fight and try to get independence. That is called multiculturalism. I'm coming to that point. So what I should emphasize here, together with majority people, minority Muslim and the Tamils worked hard to gain the independence. That is what the message, first of all, I must inform you. Other things, we can go with some other ideas. The questions I made you, are we enjoying proper independence in the post-independent era? We face a lot of challenges. We have the policy issues and some kind of demand for separate states. In the 2009, we, in the full of the state now, took over by our government military forces. In the post-civil war scenario, what we are facing? Now we are facing two kind of important challenges. One, political stability, challenges of political stability. Another one, challenges of we are facing in this, in this country, we can tell that economic crisis and the social crisis that presently we are facing in this country. What we should do? We need to follow the different idea in this country. That is what, Bill Kimplika from Canada and Piku Parak and Tariq, like researchers and the authors, very clearly explained that the multiculturalism very important. They are telling this is asset. Some of the developed countries, the multicultural people, migrated and, make us as citizens, and they are trying to develop the multiculturalism. But when we talk about Sri Lanka, naturally, in nature, we are the multicultural people, multilingual, multi-religious, multicultural aspect and the rich traditions we have. But when we compare with the idea of these authors from multiculture, they have very clearly mentioned that the people, who are, rich multiculturalism, they should have kind of the cultural knowledge and, techniques of the trade. At the same time, they are making that arts and fine arts, which they are having, these multicultural people. We can make it for a unite that particular country. Now this story very successful in Switzerland and Canada. So why don't we think in this way? Because, when we are talking, we are facing too much of challenges, too much of differences. We are facing different kind of the challenges. Now people's independence of this country, now we are facing the kind of the poverty issues, price hike in our country. At the same time, in the post-civil war scenario, we and the international community expected inclusive policies that, this state majority and minority must work together for the inclusive policies. Now we couldn't. The number of attempts and the recent legislation regarding the post-civil war reconciliation, but still we are facing issues. We couldn't reach it. At the same time, new terrorism act, another one now, online restriction for the media and the news. These are the legislation, sabotaging us. Our independence controlled by something for some purposes. What we should think on the basis of this multiculturalism. We have a way forward that I can suggest to you, my dear brothers and sisters. We should identify, this multicultural aspect. How can we say this multicultural aspect will give way forward for our Sri Lankan society to develop, and how can we come out from this poverty, economic crisis and political crisis? We need to concentrate on it. For that concentration, you see this, our majority Sinhalese, they have a very good tradition and culture. And the most of them or the group of people have the very good economy in their hand, like our political party leader who are in front of us. That is the one aspect. Second aspect, our majority community have a very good link. Our Sinhala diaspora living all over the world, particularly Australia, in Europe and other countries. That is the support we can gain. And traditionally, this country, with the majoritarian support, we have very good, cultural and the foreign relations with Japan, China, and other countries all over the world, west or east, wherever. So we need to find the way to make this multicultural or the multi-ethnic community to develop our country. In the other aspect of the Tamils, they have a certain ability and culture in this country. That is what they try to, join with the Sinhalese as well, British people, and try to get the benefit for their community. Now all over the world, thousands of Tamils now migrated and Tamil diaspora. We can tell from the idea of the authors in the several research, the wealthy Tamil diaspora. Why don't we think to utilize them to, the bulk of dollars can take into our country? Why don't we think about that? The thing about the Muslim minority, they have a kind of the rich culture and the different perspectives and all. At the same time, they are people belongs to Middle East. They have made very good relationship. The leader of MHM Mashraf of Muslims, the leader of Badiuddin Mahmud, the leader of ACS Hamid, that particular personality, ACS Hamid, how brought full of economic support to our country. That is we need to think. So what I am trying to tell, now you see these, our another minority people, that Christian, how they are maintaining very good relationship with this Western oriented Christianity. So we can get almost all support, make these people in a one umbrella. For that, what we should do, this is my final point. What we should do, now we are day by day facing restriction, legislation, and no, we are not in a full of independence. What we should do, we should find the way forward, that we should make leaders, that leaders should have experience in economy, how to develop this country. Though we need to consider about the collective leadership on the basis of this multiculturalism aspect. That particular collective leadership should come from Buddhist majoritarian community and should come from Tamil and the Muslim minority. We should, if I am or anyone like or not, we should give priority to our majority community, these Buddhist people, to take the lead of this country. But what I am trying to tell here, as an academic of this country, according to my experience of this country's politics, my reading and writing, which all are bringing me the knowledge that providing opportunity or the priority to this majority people, and that majority people should inclusively take these minorities into the state system. That is, we failed in our post-independent era. Sometimes we excluded minorities from the state system. So what we should do in the post-Civil War scenario, the international, kind of the authors of the intellectual, and Sri Lankan, some of the intellectual wrote in the particularly like Professor Jayadeva Yonkoda, from Colombo University. They mentioned that this local and international intellectual expected that this is a very great opportunity to integrate the country again. After the fight for the separation of state, now it is no more. So we got an opportunity to integrate this country again, but we are missing, we are failing. So what we should do, we need to make a collective leadership with a leadership like today we are gathering here. I should say the word to this country, this is not a proper solution, or this is a kind of idea. One of the leaders that we can identify, the leader of this MJP. And other leaders we have in this country, make them as an umbrella and join the minority leaders. What is happening in the north and east right now? They are forming again their leaders. They are now fragmented. Muslim community leaders already fragmented. Our Sinhala community leaders already fragmented. We couldn't find the proper leadership to this country. So what I am going to suggest as end of this speech today, we need to concentrate about the new leadership to, provide opportunity to this normal citizen of the country. What our first Prime Minister explained for us, this freedom or the independence should provide independence for the normal citizen of this country. So for that, we need to find the way forward in the basis of multiculturalism. So we need to find up the umbrella leadership. That is my conclusion of this talk. At the same time, the time and invite me. I came all the way from Kalambu. I came from Kalmune. Since last night to morning, I traveled. Why I came? With the support of, I am, very proudly declared that, not with the support of the tax payment of the Muslim community. The Sri Lankan people, Sinhalese, Tamil, Muslims, or the Burgher, whoever people who are living here, with their money. I studied in Sri Lanka. Then I went to, and the Japanese fund, I studied over there. Then I went to the World Bank fund, which provided us a loan to our country. That loan also, repaying by all head of this country. So I have a responsibility. Whatever trouble, whatever sacrification I should meet, and I came here to deliver these ideas. If I get a chance in the future, inshallah, I will say more. I did informed many things through my writing as a political science student of this country. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and I must say thank particularly to senior lawyers who always talk with me and come and express my idea. Thank you very much to you all, and I am really saying for the better future and a better independence for our country through the unity. Thank you very much.